The night is quiet now. Somewhere beyond your window, the world is still finishing its day. A few cars sigh along distant roads. A leaf brushes gently against the glass. Somewhere, a dog curls into itself, and a streetlight hums a soft electric note into the dark. But here, right where you are, things can begin to slow down. If you like, you can make yourself a little more comfortable. Let your shoulders drop, just a little. Let your jaw unclench. Notice the simple weight of your body, supported completely by the bed, the couch, or the chair beneath you. There is nothing you have to hold up on your own right now. Gravity is doing that for you. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Feel the air as it arrives, cool and steady, filling the space beneath your ribs. Hold it there for a heartbeat, and then let it go in a long, gentle exhale, almost like letting air out of a small balloon. You do not have to push the breath out, just let it fall. Let it soften. With each breath, you can imagine the day sliding a little farther away. Emails, messages, headlines, unfinished tasks, they can wait patiently outside the door of this moment. If they try to follow you in, you can greet them kindly and ask them to come back tomorrow. Tonight, this time is just for you. As your breath becomes slow and steady, you might picture yourself sitting beside a quiet shore at night. The sky is deep and dark, scattered with stars that seem to float close enough to touch. The water is calm, barely moving, just trading whispers with the sand. Each breath in is a tiny wave that rises. Each breath out is a tiny wave that falls. Rising, falling, rising, falling. Over and over, safe and predictable, with no rush at all. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Sleepy Insight channel. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. You don't have to answer now. You don't have to move your hands or open your eyes. Simply knowing that there are other tired hearts scattered across the world, listening along with you, can be enough. People in cities and small towns, in high-rise apartments and quiet houses, all pressing pause on their busy lives to share this same soft moment of rest. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and felt at peace? Perhaps it was years ago, on a vacation, when the air smelled of pine and wood smoke. Perhaps it was as a child, lying on a rooftop or a patch of grass, trying to count stars until sleep found you. Or perhaps you cannot quite remember, but some gentle part of you still knows the feeling, the looseness in the chest, the way your thoughts grow slower and wider when you look into something so large that your worries begin to shrink. Tonight's story is an invitation to that feeling again. We will wander through the quiet, hidden wonders of life on Earth, the soft miracles that rarely make the news, the secret patience of forests and oceans, the long, slow heartbeat of the planet beneath your feet. Not to memorize facts, not to test your memory in the morning, only to let your mind drift through images that are calm, tender, and wide enough to hold your tired thoughts. If, at any point, you find that you miss a sentence or a whole paragraph because your mind has floated somewhere else, that is perfectly all right. In fact, that is the point. This story does not need you to follow every detail. It is here, the way a lullaby is here, to wrap gently around you while you rest, to give your busy mind something soft to lean against, so you can let your eyelids grow heavier if they want to. You can let your attention loosen, like fingers slowly uncurling. You are safe here. You are allowed to be unproductive. You are allowed to simply exist, listening, breathing, and letting the world inside you grow a little quieter. Far below the surface of everything you can see, the Earth has its own kind of stillness. In the deepest oceans, where sunlight never arrives, water presses in from every side with unimaginable weight. Yet even there, life is at work in slow, patient ways. Hot springs rise from cracks in the seafloor, carrying minerals from within the planet, like warm breath from ancient lungs. Around those places, creatures gather, building delicate communities in the dark worm, like bodies waving quietly. Unseen gardens of bacteria, slowly transforming rock and water into food. We will visit them soon. We will visit old forests and drifting jellyfish, sleeping fish and seeds that wait through centuries for the right moment to wake. For now, you do not have to remember their names. You only have to know that you share a planet with them. That while you lie here, breathing in the quiet diem of your room, countless forms of life are also resting, pulsing, and enduring in their own unhurried rhythms. For tonight, you are one small, gentle part of that great, slow story. And it is more than enough simply to be here, breathing with it. You might imagine the view gently widening now, as though a camera was slowly pulling back. From your quiet room to the street outside, to the town, the country, the continent, tiny clusters of light glow here and there, where other people are also settling down, reading, breathing, or already asleep. Clouds drift over dark fields. Waves fold themselves onto empty shores. High above it all, the planet turns at an unhurried pace, carrying every life, including yours, safely through the dark. For now, that is all you need. Imagine, for a moment, that the world around you is a great, softly lit gallery. Not one with walls or ceilings, not one built by hands or machines, but a gallery shaped by time, by currents, by wind, by the quiet persistence of living things. A gallery where every detail has taken centuries, even millennia, to form. As you enter this space in your mind, notice how wide it feels. There is no rush here, no noise, only a steady, comforting hush, like the sound of fabric brushing against fabric, or waves touching a quiet shore. The air is cool and gentle. The lighting is soft, almost transparent. And in this gallery, the first thing that appears before you is a forest. Not the kind filled with the chatter of daytime birds or the quick rustling of squirrels, but a forest seen at the blue edge of dusk, where the world holds its breath. Tall, ancient trees rise all around you, some so old that entire human civilizations have risen and fallen in their lifetimes. Their bark carries the memory of storms, their roots woven deep into the soil like threads stitching the land together. Even underground, they are connected, whispering nutrients and silent messages from tree to tree, from elder to sapling. A quiet community hidden beneath the surface. You walk, or perhaps float through the forest with no need for effort. Soft moss cushions your steps. The scent of earth is gentle, like the memory of rain. Fireflies drift between the trunks, pulsing slowly, almost in rhythm with your breath. Some glow alone, like small lanterns. Others flicker in perfect synchrony, as if the forest itself were breathing in patterns of light. Above you, leaves stir faintly. They do not rush or flutter. They move the way a sleeping person might shift beneath a blanket, softly, unconsciously, peacefully. As you continue, the scene begins to shift, not abruptly, but like the slow turning of a page. The forest melts gently into the coastline of a quiet sea. You find yourself standing where the damp sand meets the foam of the tide, the scattered remnants of shells pressing faintly beneath your feet. The ocean here is calm. It stretches outward in a deep, velvety blue that seems to have no end. Each small wave rolls in with a long exhale, pauses, and then slips back again. There is no urgency. The ocean keeps its own ancient time, a time so slow you could fall asleep simply listening to it. Out in the distance, something moves with serene grace. A whale, enormous yet gentle, glides just below the surface. Its silhouette rises slowly, almost ceremonially, until a breath breaks from its back. A misty cloud rising into the twilight sky. The sound is deep and soft, a reminder that even giants can be quiet. As the whale disappears beneath the surface again, the scene expands. You begin to see the ocean not as a flat surface, but as a vast, living space, layer upon layer of drifting, glowing, breathing things. Down where the sunlight fades into blue darkness, jellyfish pulse like floating moons. Their movements are slow, almost hypnotic. Each pulse folds inward, then releases, like a heartbeat in perfect calm. Some of these creatures have been drifting through Earth's water for more than 500 million years, long before mountains reshaped themselves, long before forests rose, long before human hands built anything at all. The deeper you look, the quieter everything becomes. And in this deep silence, you can sense the immense age of life, how it has stretched and adapted, molded by time rather than force, learning to move with the world rather than against it. A soft shimmer catches your attention. The scene shifts again, this time into a meadow bathed in moonlight. The grass sways in long, unbroken motions. You are surrounded by the sound of crickets, but their chorus is not sharp. It is smooth, rhythmic, like a patterned blanket of sound, designed to lull the world to sleep. Somewhere nearby, a gentle wind carries tiny seeds across the night air, each one a small cradle of potential, drifting slowly, patiently, waiting for the perfect moment to rest. Seeds do not hurry. Some will sleep for decades, even centuries, before deciding to wake again. There is something reassuring in that life allows itself to pause, to wait, to take its time. If you listen closely, the meadow, the forest, the ocean, all seem to whisper the same quiet truth. Nothing in nature rushes, and yet everything still happens. Growth, renewal, connection, continuation. As the night deepens in your eye imagination, the gallery gently shifts once more. You find yourself standing before something unexpected, not a landscape, but a timeline, a soft, glowing arc, stretching from the ancient past toward the unknown future. Along this arc, shapes drift by: early organisms, branching plants, small sea creatures with faint glimmers of light, the slow rise of forests, the first footprints in soft mud, migrations of birds across continents, the evolution of breathing, walking, dreaming life. The arc feels endless, but unlike a documentary or a lecture, nothing is hurried or overwhelming. The details pass by like lanterns floating on water. You do not need to memorize them. You only have to notice their softness. Tima, here, is not something sharp or demanding. It is gentle. It is spacious. It moves like a tide, coming forward and falling back again, in no particular hurry. And as you watch this slow river of Time, you may feel something inside you loosen. A small knot you've been holding without noticing. A sense that life does not always need to be pushed forward. Some things grow simply by being allowed to unfold. You are part of that unfolding. Tonight, simply by resting, by breathing, by letting your mind drift into this calm world, you join the rhythm of everything that moves slowly and naturally across the earth. There is a place waiting just ahead in this journey, a quiet threshold where we will begin exploring the first gentle wonders of life. But there is no need to reach it quickly. The story will carry you there in its own time, the way a current carries a leaf across a still pond. For now, let the scene around you settle. The trees, the meadow, the ocean, all part of a single, peaceful world, opening itself like a long, deep breath. In the quiet gallery of the earth, the air around you grows a little cooler, as though you've stepped closer to the beginning of a story. Not the beginning of your day, or your year, or even your lifetime, but the beginning of life itself, told not in loud explosions or fierce battles, but in gentle, patient movements that unfolded over unthinkable spans of time. You find yourself drifting now, as if your body were made of the same light mist that hangs over a calm sea at dawn. Ahead, the world slowly dissolves into the deep, dark blue of the ancient ocean. The surface brightens faintly for a moment as sunlight touches it, then fades into deeper shades of blue, and then into black. Down here, at the bottom of the sea, there is no ordinary light, and yet, it is far from empty. The sea floor stretches beneath you like a vast, shadowy plain. Then, in the distance, you see it, a soft glow, like a campfire seen from very far away. As you float gently closer, the glow becomes a shimmering pillar rising from the earth itself. This is a hydrothermal vent, a place where warm water, rich with minerals, flows out of the planet, billowing upward in slow, swirling patterns. It is as if the earth is exhaling. Around this vent, life gathers. Long, pale tube worms sway in the faint current, their red plumes opening like soft flowers in the dark. Tiny bacteria, invisible individually but powerful together, coat the rocks in thin films, transforming minerals and chemicals into nourishment. Crabs and other small creatures move not with the darting panic of prey and predator, but with a sort of deliberate calm, feeling their way through the warmth the way you might move through a familiar room in the half-light. These are not the earliest forms of life, but they echo something ancient, a reminder that life does not need sunlight to begin. It only needs a place, a source of energy, and time. So much time, that stretches back long before any human story, long before any memory we can name. As you watch, the scene drifts and softens again. The eye image of the vent, the swaying tube worms, the slow exhale of the earth, all melt into another part of the sea, a little closer to the surface now, where the darkness is not absolute, but tinged with deep, muted blue. Here, shapes begin to appear. Translucent bells of jellyfish glide past, pulsing with tender, almost sleepy movements. Each pulse is like a quiet yes to the simple act of existing. In and out, fold and release. If you match your breathing to their rhythm, you may find your chest rising and falling in time with them. These jellyfish are part of a lineage that reaches back over 500 million years. For hundreds of millions of years, long before forests rose from the land or birds tested their wings against the air, creatures like these drifted through the oceans, following currents, glowing faintly, feeding, resting, continuing. They are not fast, they are not armored, they are not loud, and yet, they endured. Softness, it seems, can last a very long time. If you have ever watched something move slowly through water, a leaf, a boat, a cloud of ink, you may remember the feeling of your thoughts slowing to match it. The jellyfish you're watching now have that same effect. Their trailing tentacles stream behind them like threads of light, and for a moment, all the rushing, all the urgency of everyday life feels as though it exists on some distant shore, far above the surface of this ancient sea. From here, the journey carries you inland, as if the water around you is gently lifting you up and placing you somewhere else on the planet's timeline. The darkness thins, and then opens into a cool, green light. You find yourself standing at the edge of a forest that has existed in some form for ages beyond counting. Tall trees tower over you, their trunks thick and sturdy, their branches reaching out to weave a soft ceiling of leaves. The forest floor is layered with fallen needles, leaves, and the quiet work of decay, a slow turning of old life into new. What you cannot see, but can quietly imagine, is what lies beneath your feet. Roots, a vast, interlaced web of roots and fungal threads, stretching from tree to tree like a secret, underground conversation. Through these thin channels, trees pass water, nutrients, and even chemical signals to one another. Old trees, feed younger ones. Healthy trees support those damaged by storms or insects. It is a network not of competition alone, but of sharing, of patient, silent care. You might picture it as a gentle glow beneath the soil, the way cities look from the sky at night. Except this light is slow and steady, pulsing with messages sent over days, weeks, and seasons. Where one tree stands, a community stands with it. As you drift through this forest, you notice how different Time feels here. A tree does not hurry to grow its rings. It does not rush to shed its leaves. Its life is measured in decades, centuries, even longer. Standing among these trunks, you might feel your own sense of Time stretch out just a little. The deadlines, the worries, the small jolts of the day begin to seem like ripples on the surface of a much deeper lake, and in that depth, there is room to rest. The journey carries you forward once more, and now you find yourself following a slow, cold current through the northern seas. The water is dark, and ice drifts above like silent, floating islands. Somewhere in this deep, patient ocean, a Greenland shark moves through the dim, green light. Its body is large and heavy, but its motion is unhurried, almost dreamlike. Greenland sharks are among the longest living vertebrates we know of. Some may live for more than 400 years. That means a shark gliding through these waters tonight might have been born before the invention of the telescope, before symphonies we now call classic were written, before many of the stories we learn in history books even began. To such a creature, a human lifetime might seem like the span of an afternoon, and yet it does not rush. It does not race to see more, to do more. It simply moves, slowly and steadily, through a world that changes around it. If you let your mind rest on that image, a life so long, so calm, gliding through centuries, you may feel some of your own urgency soften. You have lived through so much already. You have carried yourself through storms and seasons, through beginnings and endings, and still you are here, breathing quietly in the dark, listening to stories about the deep patience of life, from the ocean's depths to the forest floor, from ancient jellyfish to slow-moving sharks. One theme begins to emerge, as soft and consistent as a lullaby. Life does not only exist in the loud, the fast, or the dramatic. It also thrives in the gentle, the patient, the almost invisible. Tonight, you are walking through that gentler version of the world, step by step, breath by breath. And as we continue, we will meet more of these quiet wonders, small, resilient creatures that sleep for years, seeds that wait for centuries, glowing signals passed through roots and water. You do not need to remember their names. You only need to feel the softness of their presence, and allow that softness to touch your own heart, your own tired mind. If your eyes feel heavy now, you can let them close. The story will continue to move around you, slow and safe, like the turn of the earth itself. The world around you shifts again, but not abruptly, not with the snap of a scene change, not with the roar of anything loud or bright. Instead, the forest, the ancient seas, the drifting jellyfish, the slow Greenland shark, all gently fade like watercolor touched with a wash of clear water. Their shapes dissolve, not into emptiness, but into a new, delicate landscape of soft revelations. This part of the journey is different. Here, we pause at the edges of small miracles, not the kind that shout or astonish, but the ones that whisper, the ones that gently reshape how you see the world and how you see yourself moving through it. A hush falls over the scene, like the quiet in a library where every object feels infused with meaning. And then, drifting into view, comes a creature so small you might miss it if you weren't looking with the kind of attention that only nighttime brings. A tardigrade, a tiny, soft-bodied being round, almost plump, moving with a strangely adorable wobble. Though invisible to the naked eye, here in this soft dreamlight, it appears larger, as if the world wants you to appreciate its presence. You watch as the tardigrade tucks into itself, curling like a child settling down beneath a blanket. And then, the miracle. It stops. Not just its movement, but almost its entire existence. The tardigrade enters a suspended state called cryptobiosis, slowing its metabolism to nearly zero. In this state, it can wait for days, for years, for decades. Some say even centuries. Waiting for what? Simply for conditions to be right again, for a drop of water, for a return of warmth, for a reason to unfurl. And when that moment finally comes, a single bead of moisture touches its tiny body. The tardigrade wakes. Slowly, gently, as if coming out of a very long sleep. It is a small thing, a humble life form. Yet its patience is extraordinary. Soft resilience, gentle endurance, a reminder that even in stillness, life is not lost, it is simply resting. For a moment, you might ask yourself, when was the last time I allowed myself to rest without guilt, without pressure, without needing to be productive? The scene drifts lightly before you can answer. Another story rises. Now we are back beneath the soil, but this teemee, much closer to the surface, near the roots of young saplings and wild flowers. Fine threads move through the earth, shimmering faintly. These are fungal networks, part of an underground symphony, often called the Wood Wide Web. But tonight, we don't need the scientific term. Tonight, it is simply connection. Watch as a tree that stands tall above sends a quiet signal through its roots, a chemical message that travels like a soft knock on an unseen door. Another tree receives it, replies, and passes nutrients to a sapling struggling in the shade. No bright lights, no fanfare, just care, exchanged inch by inch under the earth, guiding the forest the way whispered advice guides a family. You might imagine this network glowing softly, threads of light weaving through soil, tying each tree to its neighbors. It resembles veins, it resembles memories, it resembles the ways we call to one another when words are too loud. The forest breathes, the earth breathes, you breathe. The transition is easy now, like turning your face toward a different breeze. We move next to a vast stretch of dark ocean again, but this teemee, not the silent deep. Instead, we drift near the surface, where a low moon casts a gentle silver path across the waves. Beneath it, a giant shadow glides slow, deliberate, a whale, but not the silent, solitary one from earlier. This one sings. Its song is not something you hear with your ears. You feel it in your ribs, in the deep, slow thrum of your breath. A sequence of sounds that drift through water like ribbons carried by a current. What makes this song remarkable is not its beauty, though it is beautiful. It is the fact that it changes. Over years, the whales alter their melodies little by little, passing new variations through their populations like evolving lullabies, an ocean-sized choir, composing softly, slowly, across generations. Somewhere within you, a quiet recognition forms. Humans are not the only ones to create or to remember. All around the planet, there are songs older than cities, carried not by paper or screens, but by living memory shifting gently through teemee. As the whale fades into deeper water, another creature slips into view, a parrotfish, bright and glowing under moonlight. Its colors softened now, as if watercolor had been allowed to run. It swims toward a shallow coral nook, circles once, and then performs a ritual older than recorded history. It coats itself in a thin, shimmering cocoon, a transparent bubble of mucus that envelopes its sleeping body. Not unpleasant, not frightening, but strangely peaceful, like a child tucking a blanket up to its chin. Inside this delicate cocoon, the parrotfish rests, protected from nighttime predators. In the same way that curtains soften a window's glare, this bubble softens the world outside, allowing the fish to drift safely into sleep. As you watch it settle, you might sense your own breath deepen, feeling for a moment, just as sheltered, just as enclosed by something kind and protective. The night grows darker now, but not colder. A forest appears again, this team one filled with summer warmth. Fireflies spark in the distance, first at random, then in soft pulses of unity. One flicker, then another, then 1,000, glowing in unison. A phenomenon both simple and astonishing. A forest breathing with light. This soft synchrony echoes a truth found across life. Patterns emerge without force, rhythms align without commands, and beauty often forms in silence. And then, drifting on the night breeze, comes one more gentle wonder, a seed, small enough to balance on your fingertip, light enough to float for miles. But this seed is different. It has been asleep for centuries, buried in ice, or in desert sand, or in the quiet soil of a forgotten shrine. And yet, given warmth, given moisture, given a moment, it wakes. Not dramatically, not explosively, but with a tiny, determined sprout, carrying the memory of a world long vanished. Life remembers. Life persists. Life whispers its stories through the smallest of miracles. All these gentle discoveries, the patient tardigrade, the whispering roots, the singing whales, the cocooned parrotfish, the synchronized fireflies, the awakening seeds, form a tapestry of resilience woven with the finest threads. Nothing rushed, nothing loud, nothing seeking attention, just quiet strength, just patient endurance, just life, doing what it has always done, continuing in its own soft way. As these images drift into the images of your mind, you may feel the first true wave of tiredness rise within you. The pleasant kind, the safe kind, the kind that signals that your body is ready to rest deeper. Hold that feeling gently. Let it linger. Let it deepen. The journey continues from here, into a softer reflection, a place where all these discoveries begin to weave into meaning, where the world grows quieter still, where you may begin to feel yourself dissolving into the same slow rhythms that guide forests, oceans, and Time itself. Whenever you're ready, we'll step into that space together. The world around you settles again, like snowflakes drifting to the ground after a long and gentle fall. The soft glow of fireflies fades. The cocooned parrotfish drifts beyond the frame. The centuries-old seed curls back into darkness, and what remains is something quieter. Not a place, not a creature, but a feeling. A stillness so deep it seems to hum softly inside your chest. A quiet that does not ask for silence, but creates it. This is the part of our journey where the discoveries you've seen begin to echo inward like ripples, finding the edges of a still pond. You might imagine yourself sitting now in a wide, peaceful clearing beneath the night sky. The ground is warm, the air is calm. Above you, the stars spread out like grains of glowing sand, scattered across an endless beach. Nothing moves quickly here. Even time seems to take a breath and rest beside you. Let yourself be here. Let the night around you be a blanket light, but comforting. Let this part of the story loosen something in you, something small and tight you might not have realized you were holding. You've traveled through ancient oceans, forests older than memory, creatures that sleep for decades, trees that whisper nourishment beneath the soil, seeds that wake after centuries. Each one of them carries a message, a soft whisper about the nature of life. And now, in this reflection space, those whispers begin to form meaning. Life, at its core, is patient. Think of the tardigrade curled gently into itself, waiting through long droughts or cold seasons until the right moment arrives. Nothing frantic, nothing forced. A simple truth. Rest does not mean failure. Rest is a kind of wisdom. You, too, are allowed to pause. You are allowed to slow. You are allowed to be still without guilt. The world will continue, and when you're ready, you will continue with it. A breeze moves through the clearing, soft as a sigh. The trees sway above you, their leaves brushing against one another like quiet applause. Life is also deeply connected. Beneath the forest floor, we saw threads, roots, and fungal networks reaching through the earth like soft, luminous veins. Through them, trees share resources. They send signals. They warn. They nurture. What one tree lacks, another provides. What one tree suffers, another feels. In the hidden places, life is communal. In the hidden places of your own life, this is true as well. There are people who have quietly supported you in ways you may never have seen. A kind word offered at the right time, a hand on your shoulder when your world felt too heavy, a moment of understanding when you couldn't articulate what hurt. In the same way, you have likely supported others without even knowing. A smile, a brief moment of patience, a small gesture that softened someone else's day. Connection doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it works. Underground, quiet, steady, unseen, but it is there. Life adapts, gently but persistently. The Greenland shark drifts through centuries with unhurried ease. Seeds sleep through epochs and wake again. Whales adjust their songs, generation after generation, as though composing the soundtrack of time. Adaptation does not have to be fierce. Sometimes it is simply soft realignment, a shift in perspective, a tiny step, a breath taken when everything feels overwhelming, a willingness to let go of what no longer fits. There is strength in gentleness. There is resilience in softness, like water flowing around a stone, calm and persistent. A faint glow touches the clearing now. Not from the fireflies of earlier, not from any artificial light, but from the sky itself. The stars seem brighter. Their light feels closer, like the quiet warmth of a candle flame held between cupped hands. Life remembers. The atoms in your body, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen in your lungs, were forged in the hearts of ancient stars. Long before Earth existed, long before oceans gathered or forests rose, you are made of stardust, not as a metaphor, but as a quiet, scientific truth. The universe lives within you, and you live within it. Every breath you take once belonged to countless others. Trees, oceans, ancient creatures long vanished. Every cell in your body is the result of billions of years of slow, gentle evolution. Your existence is not an accident. It is the outcome of persistence, patience, and countless tiny miracles unfolding quietly across time. Take a slow breath now, feeling it travel through you like a thread, connecting you to everything that has ever lived. To the first, organisms swirling near hydrothermal vents, to the earliest jellyfish drifting in prehistoric seas, to forests that whispered through the ages, to the stars that gave your body its elements. You are part of this story, not separate from nature, but woven into it, not an observer of time, but an expression of it. If you place your hand lightly over your chest, you can feel it, a rhythm, steady and soft, your heartbeat, an echo of oceans pulsing, of jellyfish folding and unfolding, of tides rising and falling. This gentle rhythm has carried you through every moment of your life so far. Even while you slept, even while you worried, even while you hurried through days filled with noise. It has never asked for permission, never demanded anything. It is simply here, supporting you. Tonight, as the world dims around you, your heartbeat joins the quiet chorus of life across the earth. Slow, steady, enduring. If you feel yourself drifting now, sinking deeper into rest, that is good. That is natural. This reflection is designed not to stimulate your mind, but to soften it, to let the edges blur so that the tired parts of you can finally loosen. Time continues to stretch gently around you, wide and forgiving. There is nothing to fix, nothing to solve, nothing to chase. Just this moment, this breath, this soft connection with the long, patient story of life. Ahead lies the final descent of our journey, a deepening into stillness, an opening into calm, a place where the world feels light and your mind can finally surrender to sleep. Whenever you're ready, we'll walk there together. The night around you deepens, not darker, just softer, as though someone has gently lowered a veil over the world, filtering out anything sharp, anything hurried, anything that asks too much of your tired mind. The forest clearing, the glowing stars, the humming quiet of ancient life, they all remain. But now they feel blurred at the edges, as if viewed through half-closed eyes. This part of the journey is where everything begins to slow even further. Here, your thoughts no longer need to form perfect sentences. Here, your breath guides the rhythm. Here, you drift. You might imagine yourself standing at the top of a gentle hill, the kind that slopes downward in a long, soft roll. Below it lies a wide valley filled with mist, glowing faintly in moonlight. That valley is the place of sleep, the destination of this journey. But you do not need to walk down. All you have to do is lean slightly forward, and the world carries you. The ground moves under your feet like a slow-moving walkway, easing you along with the quiet certainty of a river returning to the sea. As you drift, images from earlier rise and fall like slow waves. The jellyfish pulsing in ancient waters, the Greenland shark gliding through centuries, the tardigrade curled into stillness, the trees speaking in underground whispers. But they feel distant now, not lost, just softened, like memories from a dream that hasn't fully ended. Ahead, the valley fills your vision. The mist swirls in pale ribbons, brushing against your skin like cool silk. You let it surround you. And as it does, the last remnants of wakefulness begin to loosen inside your mind. There is a sound here. Not music, not words, just a low, rhythmic hum. It might be the earth's quiet vibration. It might be the memory of ocean tides. It might even be the echo of your own heartbeat, reflected back to you by the night. Whatever it is, it reassures you. It tells you that you are safe now, that you can rest, that you have done enough. The mist thickens slightly, but in a comforting way, like slipping into warm water. And with each step, or perhaps each breath, the world feels more dreamlike, more fluid, more willing to hold you without asking anything in return. A soft invitation from the natural world. As you drift deeper into the valley, the night transforms around you. The stars seem closer again, as if bending low to accompany you. They shine through the mist as tiny points of warm silver light. One twinkles, another drifts. For a moment, they look like fireflies rising from the earth instead of stars falling from the sky. The shapes of trees appear in the distance, but these are not the towering giants from before. These are slimmer, younger, their trunks white as moonlit bone, their leaves shimmering in a breeze you cannot feel but can somehow hear. A gentle rustle, a lullaby made of wind and memory. At the center of these trees is a small pool of perfectly still water. It reflects everything: the moon, the sky, the faint silhouettes of branches without a single ripple. It looks so calm, so absolute in its stillness, that simply gazing at it quiets the mind. You step closer, but the water doesn't move. It accepts your presence without disturbance, as though acknowledging you with complete serenity. And then, deep beneath its glass-smooth surface, a shape begins to glow. Not bright, just faint, like moonlight seen through fog. At first, you can't tell what it is. A creature? A memory? A reflection from the stars? But as it rises slow, patient, unhurried, you realize it is not one thing, but many. A swirl of soft imagery, jellyfish drifting, seeds awakening, parrotfish curled in their night cocoons, trees exchanging whispers through their roots. All the gentle wonders you've met along the way gather here, woven together in the glowing pool beneath your feet. Not to overwhelm you, but to offer a final tender truth. Life moves in cycles of rest and awakening. Every creature sleeps. Every tree slows its growth in winter. Seeds wait for years. Whales pause their long migrations. Even mountains rise and fall over ages. Breathing in geological time. Rest isn't the opposite of living. Rest is living. It's the space between heartbeats, the pause between waves, the silence between notes in a song. It is the gentle part of the cycle, the part where everything restores itself so it can continue again. Tonight, you are entering that part of the cycle. Look again at the pool. The soft glow rises to the surface, spreading out into a thin sheet of light that touches your feet, warm, gentle, grounding. As it does, your breath deepens naturally. No effort, just a slow opening, like a flower blooming in reverse petals peeling back into the darkness. The boundaries of your body begin to blur, not in a frightening way, but in the same way that a shoreline blurs at dusk, where sand and sea become indistinguishable. Your arms feel lighter, your legs feel heavier in a soothing, anchoring way. Your chest is warm, your face softens, the back of your head feels supported, as though cradled by something bigger than the pillow beneath it. You may even feel as though you're swaying slightly, like seaweed floating in a gentle current. If you do, allow it. That subtle sway is your nervous system letting go. It means you're descending deeper into the valley of rest. A quiet thought arrives. Without urgency. You do not need to carry everything tonight. The world can wait. The day can wait. Even your thoughts can wait. Each worry, each unfinished task, each lingering tension, they all dissolve into the mist around you. The valley holds them gently, promising to return them only if needed, only when you are ready. A soft warmth travels through your chest now, spreading outward, the kind of warmth that feels like someone placing a comforting hand over your heart. The kind of warmth that feels like safety. You are drifting, still aware, but softer, still listening, but lighter, still present, but dissolving into a deeper calm. Ahead, the valley floor opens fully, a great field of mist and moonlit grass. This is where the story loosens even further, where thoughts dissolve into sensations, where the mind begins to float free. If your eyes grow heavy now, let them fall. If your breath slows, let it slow. If part of you begins to slip into early dreams, let those dreams come. We will continue from here, into the softest depths of our journey, into the opening of sleep, into the warm cradle of the night. The valley floor opens before you like a vast, gentle breath wide, unbroken, filled with pale mist that gathers and folds in soft layers. Nothing here has edges. Everything melts seamlessly into everything else, as though the world has decided that boundaries are unnecessary for the kind of peace you're entering. You are drifting now, no longer moving by choice or effort. The valley carries you the way a warm tide carries a small boat, just enough sway to lull, just enough support to quiet every last trace of tension inside you. The air is cool, but not cold. The kind of coolness that touches the skin like the back of a soft hand. Soothing, reassuring. With every inhale, the scent of night grass and still water fills you. With every exhale, something inside you loosens further. Not all at once, not dramatically, but with the patience of mountain snow melting into spring, a landscape shaped for rest. As you float deeper into the valley, shapes begin to form in the mist. Not sharp shapes, nothing abrupt, but gentle silhouettes that rise slowly, as though dreaming themselves into existence. First, a line of hills appears on the horizon, their ridges soft and rounded, washed with the faint glow of moonlight. Above them, the sky expands into a dome of deep indigo, sprinkled with stars that seem closer than they have ever been, close enough to warm the space around you, close enough to feel like companions rather than distant lights. Farther ahead, a narrow stream winds its way through the valley. Except it doesn't flow the way daytime water flows. It glides. It glimmers. Its surface moves in a slow, unbroken ribbon, mirroring the moon and the distant hills in long strokes of silver. You drift toward it, not walking, not choosing, just carried by the gentle slope of the valley floor. When you reach the stream, you notice that the water makes no sound at all. Not a splash, not a ripple. Even water, here, understands stillness. Even water understands how to rest. A single leaf floats by, moving with the pace of a deep dream. And watching it, you feel something shift in you, a matching softness, a willingness to let go, to drift, to be carried. The last threads of thought begin to dissolve. You can sense it now. Your waking mind is thinning. The edges of your awareness are blurring. Like ink bleeding gently into paper, thoughts appear, then fade before they fully form. Memories rise, then soften into feeling rather than detail. It is not a loss of control. It is a release, like setting down a heavy bag you've carried for too many hours, like finally stepping out of shoes that have pressed against your heels all day. The mind doesn't snap off, it unwinds, like a spool releasing its tension, thread by thread. A quiet voice inside you, calm, ancient, familiar whispers, "You've done enough for today. You've thought enough for today. You can rest now." The valley seems to agree. Everything around you softens even more. The hills fade at the edges. The stars melt into gentle streaks. The stream becomes a long brushstroke of silver mist. A soft companion joins you. From the far side of the valley, a figure approaches. Not human, not an animal, not anything the waking world would try to define. It is a shape of gentle light, moving with the slow grace of a floating seed or a drifting feather. As it nears, you feel no tension, no uncertainty, only recognition, as though this quiet companion has met countless wanderers like you at the edge of sleep. It does not speak. It simply joins you, gliding at your side, carrying with it a warmth that spreads through the air. That warmth enters your chest, your shoulders, your thighs, your hands, every muscle receiving the signal. It is time to release your weight, time to melt into rest. Together, you drift deeper into the valley. The mist parts before you like soft curtains. The stars tilt slightly in their positions, almost as though leaning closer to hear your breath. A threshold appears, not a doorway, not a gate, just a shift in the air. A subtle change in the color of the mist, from pale silver to warm lavender. A sign that you are nearing the place where wakefulness gives way to dreams, where the mind begins to wander paths that no daylight logic can map. Your companion of light pauses, floating gently beside you, and without words, it offers reassurance, a kind of quiet message that is felt, not spoken. You are safe. You are supported. You can cross this threshold when you're ready. A breeze moves past you, slow, warm, soothing. It carries with it faint echoes of the journey so far. The pulse of jellyfish in dark oceans, the slow glide of ancient sharks, the deep songs of whales, the tiny resilience of tardigrades, the synchronized glow of fireflies, the patient stillness of seeds waiting for centuries. All of them whisper the same truth, woven gently through the wind. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to try. Sleep will come to meet you. The sky opens wider. Above the lavender mist, the stars stretch until they fill your entire field of vision. They feel closer now, close enough to sense their warmth, their serenity. Some appear to shimmer. Others drift slowly across the sky, like lanterns released on a still lake. And then, something shifts inside you. A heaviness, not unpleasant, settles into your limbs. A soft buzzing warms your fingertips. Your breath becomes slower, deeper, quieter. You are sinking, not downward, but inward, into yourself, into the softest parts of your mind, into the place where thoughts dissolve into images, where images dissolve into sensations, and where sensations dissolve into sleep. Your companion of light begins to dim, not because it is leaving, but because you no longer need it as fully. You have drifted far enough that even the guiding glow of comfort can soften. It fades into the mist, like a lantern disappearing into dawn light. And still, you feel held. Still, you feel safe. The final steps before sleep. The lavender mist rises around you now, thick and warm, brushing against your cheeks with the gentleness of a lullaby. You lean into it, or perhaps you simply stop resisting it. Either way, it welcomes you. With each passing moment, your awareness grows lighter, your mind quieter, your breath more rhythmic, your body heavier and safer. The valley cradles you the way a cocoon cradles the sleeping parrotfish, not trapping you, but protecting you from the bright world, from the noise of thought, from the weight of memory. You are ready to drift deeper, not yet asleep, but hovering at the warm threshold, the quiet horizon, where dreams begin to bloom. From here, we will move into an even softer space, the landscape of near sleep, where meaning dissolves into sensation, and the story becomes a gentle hand guiding you into rest. When you're ready, we'll take the next step together. You drift now in a space where the ground feels both present and distant, where the air hums with the familiar lull of nighttime, and where the mist glows with a color that eludes definition. Somewhere between lavender, moonlight, and the pale silver blue of early dawn. This is the borderland between waking and dream, a place where time loosens its grip, where seconds stretch or fold as they please, and where your thoughts begin to float like small boats unmoored from the shore. There is no effort here. You are carried, gently, easily, as though the valley itself has taken you into its arms and is rocking you towards sleep. A landscape that feels familiar, even if you've never seen it. At first, the mist around you blurs everything into soft shapes, but gradually, as though your dream eyes are opening, the scene begins to sharpen, not with clarity, but with meaning. A field unfurls beneath you, flowing in gentle waves like fabric stirred by a quiet breeze. The grass is tall and silver green, each blade catching the faint light as though dipped in starlight. When the wind brushes through it, the entire field ripples softly, moving with the same unhurried rhythm as your breath. Far off, a small hill rises, but it is not a hill of stone or earth. It seems woven threads of moonlight, drifting petals, and old memories intertwined. Above the hill floats a ribbon of light, turning slowly in the air, almost like a comet that forgot how to hurry. Its glow moves along its length in pulses, reminding you of the jellyfish you met earlier, creatures whose movements echo the heartbeat of the ocean. You begin to understand something now. Everything you have seen on this journey, the ancient forests, the glowing creatures of the deep, the seeds resting patiently in the earth, has been preparing you for this moment, preparing your mind to accept softness, preparing your heart to let go, preparing your entire being to ease into rest as naturally as night follows day. The valley shifts beneath your feet. You take what feels like a step forward, though it might simply be a long exhale. The field responds. The grass bends gently, parting just enough for you to pass. Your legs feel light, almost transparent. Your arms drift at your sides. Your eyelids grow heavier, not in a way that demands sleep, but in a way that invites it, like a cat curling itself into a warm fold of blankets. In the distance, shapes move, slow, luminous figures gliding above the grass. They look like memories of creatures you've encountered, the pulsating glow of jellyfish, the smooth glide of a distant whale song, the warm cocoon of a parrotfish resting, the the drifting lantern light of synchronized fireflies. But here, in this valley of near sleep, these shapes are no longer creatures. They are patterns, emotions, frequencies, echoes of the natural world distilled into soft, visual poetry. They drift around you with no agenda, no urgency, simply being, simply offering their quiet presence as your mind grows softer still. The thinning of thought. You may notice your thoughts becoming shorter, slower, looser. Instead of sentences, you get e-impressions. Instead of concerns, you get feelings that float away the moment they appear, like dust motes moving through a sunbeam. This is the natural progression of entering sleep. Your brain is beginning to shift, to release the structured rhythm of daytime thought and make room for the language of dreams, the language of pictures, of sensations, of simple truths that do not require words. In this softening, you may suddenly recall something long forgotten, a warm afternoon in childhood, the smell of pine needles, a face that once made you feel safe, the hush of waves lapping at the shore. These memories do not demand attention. They are simply passing through, drifting like clouds across a twilight sky. You can let them come. You can let them go. You are under no obligation to hold anything tightly right now. A gentle voice without sound. From somewhere unseen, a wordless voice begins to resonate. Not loud, not sharp, but deep and calming. A vibration rather than a sound. A feeling rather than a message. It carries the tone of every soft creature you've met. The patience of the tardigrade, the slow wisdom of the Greenland shark, the connectedness of the forest roots, the long memory of seeds and ancient trees. The voice says, not with language, but with presence, you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to drift. You are allowed to let the world go for now. And your body responds. Your shoulders sink. Your jaw softens. Your breath glides in and out with the ease of a tide that has found its rhythm. Dreamlight gathers around you. The mist begins to glow again, gathering into small orbs of pale yellow and soft blue. They hover around you, drifting like gentle fireflies, though slower, more fluid. Some lower themselves near the ground, illuminating the grass in patches of warm light. Others float higher, like stars suspended at eye level. Together, they create a pathway, a quiet constellation leading forward, not demanding that you follow, but offering a direction in case your drifting mind wants one. The shapes you glimpsed earlier, those luminous echoes of creatures, begin to weave themselves into the dreamlight. Slowly at first, then with more confidence, until patterns form above the field. Spirals, waves, gentle arcs, curves that resemble constellations, long forgotten by the waking world. Yet there is nothing you need to interpret. This space does not require understanding. It only asks you to feel, to surrender, to let yourself be carried deeper into the softening night. You begin to descend again, subtly, not like falling, more like being lowered gently into warm water. The world above stays illuminated, but it grows distant, hazy, as though you are sliding under a velvet blanket of dream. Your breath is the only rhythm that remains steady, anchoring you in the perfect balance between wakefulness and sleep. But even that rhythm feels softer now, smoother, more automatic. The dreamlight around you flickers once, twice, then steadies into a slow pulse, matching your heartbeat so precisely that it feels as though the valley itself is breathing in time with you. A deepening sense of belonging. You may feel it now, a subtle recognition, a quiet warmth spreading through your chest and into your limbs. You are part of something vast and gentle, not alone, not separate, but connected in the most effortless, natural way. You are made of star matter, made of stories older than oceans, made of memories carried in the bones of the earth. Everything that brought you to this moment, every challenge, every triumph, every soft breath at the end of a long day has led you here, to this valley of dreamlight, to this slow surrender, to this quiet horizon inside your own mind. There is one more step in the journey, a final soft descent into the cradle of sleep, a place where dreams take form without effort, where your mind can rest entirely when you're ready, with your next breath, or the breath after that. We will enter that final, deepest layer of calm. The dreamlight around you drifts, soft and slow, dimming into a glow that feels warmer now, like the light that leaks through a curtain just before dawn, or the steady shimmer of a candle across a quiet room. The valley grows quieter still, not because anything has stopped, but because everything has aligned itself with your deepening calm. You are no longer simply a visitor here. You are part of the landscape, woven into its mist, reflected in its stream, held within its moonlit breath. The last traces of wakefulness hover at the edges of your awareness, like faint silhouettes, slowly dissolving, patiently releasing their grip. Tonight, sleep will not come as an abrupt fall. It will arrive the way dusk deepens into night, one soft layer at a time. The landscape shifts to cradle you. The silver-green field around you sways in a rhythm so gentle, it's almost imperceptible. You feel it more than you see it, like the faint rocking of a boat drifting across an endless, placid lake. The grass bends slightly toward you, as if guiding you toward the heart of the valley. That heart forms slowly ahead, a circle of stones, smooth and rounded, resting in a pool of soft light. The stones emit no heat, no sound, but their presence feels ancient, stabilizing, like markers left by generations of wanderers who once sought rest here. Inside the circle, the mist is warm and thick, glowing with a pale, honeyed light that pulses faintly, in time with your breath. It looks like a place designed for only one purpose: to hold you, to support you, to ease you into the deepest sleep you've felt in a very long time. You drift closer. You do not walk, you glide. Your feet barely touch the ground. And when they do, the grass parts effortlessly, welcoming you as though it has always known you were coming. A gentle presence settles beside you. The luminous companion you met earlier returns, not as a form this time, but as a feeling. A warm weight settles in the air near your left side, the way someone sitting beside you might shift a blanket over your legs. No words, no shape, just presence. A soft reassurance that you are not entering sleep alone, that even here, at the edge between consciousness and dream, you are supported by something deep, something kind, something that has followed you across oceans, forests, glowing archives of life's patience. This presence nudges you forward, gently, encouraging you into the circle of stones. As soon as you enter, the ground beneath you becomes even softer, not grass, not soil, but a surface that feels like cool linen, warmed by human touch. It conforms to your weight, holding you, cushioning every angle of your body. You sink just enough to feel grounded, not enough to feel swallowed. A perfect balance, a perfect cradle. The world above fades into a soft tapestry. From where you rest, the sky looks impossibly wide. The stars appear larger now, more distinct, each one glowing with its own personality. Some soft and hazy, others sharp and crystalline, but none of them feel distant. They feel like lanterns hung just above your resting place, as if the universe wanted to bring its light closer, to keep watch while you sleep. Clouds, thin as silk, drift lazily across the sky. They glow faintly from within, as if carrying memories of the creatures you encountered. A soft blue reminiscent of jellyfish, a muted coral echoing parrotfish cocoons, a gentle green-like bioluminescent plankton folding through the sea. Every color is familiar now. Every shimmer carries a story your mind recognizes, even without words. The first dream shapes appear. At the edges of your vision, shapes begin to form, the kind that might appear behind closed eyelids just before sleep. They are soft, ephemeral, glowing patterns that shift from spirals to waves to drifting constellations. You realize they are formed from everything you've seen tonight. The pulse of jellyfish, the sway of ancient forests, the slow drift of fireflies, the deep hum of whale song, the quiet endurance of life itself. But these shapes are no longer facts or memories. They are eye-impressions, dream images that guide your mind gently into the subconscious. Your thoughts respond in kind, loosened, unstructured. A color here, a sensation there, a memory dissolving into an emotion dissolving into warmth. Your breath becomes the final guide. Your breathing is slow now, deep, even. Each inhale expands your chest like a tide rising onto sand. Each exhale softens your body further, as though the valley itself is sighing through you. You feel the weight of the day sliding away, not falling off abruptly, just slipping, like a coat being eased from your shoulders. The heaviness in your limbs is pleasant, grounding. The warmth in your chest spreads down your arms, up your neck, through your spine. Your body has already begun to sleep. Your mind is just a few breaths behind. The ancient stones speak without words. The smooth stones surrounding you carry a kind of memory, not the memory of people, but of Earth itself. They radiate a feeling. You belong here. You are part of this ancient story. Can't you feel it? And you can, because each stone holds the patient endurance of mountains. Each blade of grass holds the gentle resilience of life. Each pulse of dreamlight holds the quiet rhythm of your own heartbeat. Your consciousness lifts like mist. Your thoughts begin to untether, drifting upward, unspooling, melting into something softer and wider than waking awareness. Images begin to overlap, the forest roots glowing underfoot, the jellyfish drifting in deep blue, the fireflies breathing in light, the ancient shark moving through centuries like a feather floating in a long current. These images no longer come in order. They appear and dissolve, in the same unhurried rhythm as your breath. You are no longer thinking the story. You are floating in it, held by it, dreaming within it even as you listen. The gentle truth of tonight settles into you. All of life moves in cycles. Rest is part of the cycle. Stillness is part of the cycle. Waiting, drifting, healing, sleeping, all essential, all natural, all ancient. You are not stepping away from life by resting. You are stepping deeper into it. You are joining the long rhythm shared by trees and oceans, by creatures and stars, by the quiet pulse of the earth itself. This valley, this cradle of stones, this blanket of dreamlight, it is all here for one purpose, to ease you into the deepest rest your body remembers. Ahead lies the final descent, a place where even the story dissolves, where your breath becomes the only narrator, and where sleep gathers you fully into its arms. When you're ready, we will take that final step together. The circle of stones around you grows warmer, though the air still holds its cool, night-soft breath. The grass no longer sways. The mist no longer shifts. Everything has settled into perfect stillness, as though the valley knows that speaking too loudly now, even in movement, might disturb the delicate drift of your mind. You are resting inside the deepest hush of the night, a hush that feels ancient, like something the earth learned long before any creature walked its surface. A hush that seems to lean closer, wrapping itself around your body, the way a gentle tide draws around a shell resting on the shore. Above you, the sky has softened to a muted glow, the stars blurring into luminous clouds. They no longer sparkle sharply. They diffuse, like lanterns behind frosted glass. Their edges melt, their lights melt, their stories melt. Nothing now asks your mind to interpret. Nothing now asks your eyes to focus. Nothing expects anything of you at all. You are being carried. The way a leaf is carried by still water, the way a child is carried by sleep in a moving car, the way old memories are carried by the pulse of quiet dreams. The world dissolves into softness. The valley begins to blur at the edges. The stones appear to sink into the ground, or perhaps your body is sinking toward them. The mist grows thicker and warmer, caressing your face, your arms, your chest, like a blanket that has waited all night to comfort you. Every muscle has released its day. Every breath drifts deeper than the last. Your body is no longer preparing for respite. It is resting, fully, completely, naturally. A long exhale leaves you, soft and unforced, and your shoulders melt even further. If there was any tension left, any faint thread still clinging to wakefulness, the exhale carries it away like smoke dissolving into moonlight. The last glimmers of thought float upward. Thoughts no longer string themselves into sentences. They come as images, colors, impressions, then fade before they resolve. A flicker of a jellyfish pulse, then gone. A brief memory of warm sunlight, then gone. A sense of drifting deep beneath the sea, then gone. Nothing stays long enough to ask anything of you. Your mind has stepped into the hallway just before dreams, a space where everything is half-formed and gentle, where even the edges of Time feel feathered and distant. In this place, you are free. Free from expectation, free from effort, free from the mind's need to stay awake. A soft presence settles behind you. Something shifts very faintly, very lovingly, as if the night itself has leaned closer. A warmth spreads behind your back, a comfort that feels like someone gently placing a blanket over your shoulders, or a parent smoothing the sheets around a sleeping child. No touch, just presence, just reassurance, just the steady, quiet feeling of being watched over. This presence says, without words, you are safe now. You are done for today. Let go, drift, rest, and your body responds with a deeper surrender, your chest sinking just slightly, your breathing falling into the slowest rhythm it knows. The valley recedes into dream. The mist thickens again, so thick that it becomes luminous, so luminous that it becomes soft darkness. Sounds drift away, the hum of unseen insects, the faint breeze, even the echo of your own breath. Not gone, just distant, folded into layers of quiet that hold you like soft arms. The valley dims, the stars dim, even the gentle companion light dims, not fading, just blending into a single, seamless night. You are not losing the world, you are entering it more deeply. The world beneath thought, the world beneath wakefulness, the world where dreams grow like slow blossoms opening in the dark. Your breath becomes the cradle. Inhale, like a gentle wave rolling toward shore. Exhale, like the same wave smoothing back into the sea. Inhale, soft, steady, warm. Exhale, slower, slower, as though you are letting the day go one final Time. Your whole body feels heavy, but the heaviness is comforting, the kind that keeps you from floating away too quickly. The ground supports every inch of you. The night supports every thought of you. You feel the connection to everything, not as an idea, but as a sensation, a warmth that spreads through your chest, like the glow of a lantern hidden beneath your ribs. You feel connected to the deep oceans where jellyfish drift, the quiet forests where roots whisper, the seeds that wait for centuries, the slow-moving giants of the sea, the stars that forged the atoms of your body. Every part of you belongs to this long, soft continuum of life. Every breath you take is shared by oceans, by trees, by ancient creatures and forgotten winds. Every moment of stillness inside you is part of the same quiet rhythm that guides the earth's turning. You do not need to try to sleep. Sleep is already here. It has gathered at the edges of your awareness, like mist gathering around morning grass, like shadows gathering at twilight, like comfort gathering around a tired heart. The final drift, the glow around you, fades to a warm, velvety darkness. A darkness that does not feel empty. It feels full of quiet, full of safety, full of the slow, patient heartbeat of the world. Your mind feels light, your body heavy, your breath a slow tide that no longer needs instructions. There is nothing more to hold, nothing more to think, nothing more to carry. If you wish, you may imagine laying your thoughts, one by one, into the soft earth beside you. They dissolve instantly. They are weightless now. You feel the first gentle pull of dreaming, like a warm hand taking yours, guiding you through a doorway you cannot see, but have crossed thousands of times. The valley whispers, not with sound, but with presence. Rest now. Sleep now. The night will keep you safe. Your awareness drifts, softens, slips into something deeper than listening, deeper than imagining, until the story becomes a quiet hum, and the hum becomes a breath, and the breath becomes sleep. A deep, warm, peaceful sleep, waiting just beneath your next exhale. And as you breathe out, you fall gently into the dark, into the calm, into the endless cradle of dreams.